The first time you notice your hands lack the easy strength to twist the lid from a jar, a quiet alarm goes off. Where did my power go? After 60, that question becomes more urgent every year, because muscle doesn't simply fade, it melts. Away at double speed unless you give your body explicit orders and the right raw materials to rebuild. Those raw materials are not just lots of protein, despite what well-meaning magazines have insisted since the 1980s. In truth, older muscle needs a more precise combination of amino acids, anti-inflammatory nutrients, and a molecule called creatine that most seniors no longer manufacture in useful amounts. Miss that combination, and no number of neighborhood walks or light dumbbell curls will fully protect your legs, your back, or your independence. The numbers are stark. By 80, the typical person has surrendered up to half of the lean tissue. They carried at 30, a condition doctors label sarcopenia. Less muscle means slower metabolism, wobbly joints, weaker immunity, and, most frightening, far greater risk of a catastrophic fall. Yet research from Harvard, Tufts, McMaster, and the Mayo Clinic keeps repeating the same hopeful headline. Most of that loss can be reversed. The solution starts in the kitchen. 15 whole foods, eaten regularly and in smart combinations, have been shown to flip the body's muscle-building switch back to green. At the end of the list sits creatine, the missing link that lets all the other nutrients do their job. Taken together, these foods do more than firm, sagging arms. They restore the strength that powers grocery bags up a flight of steps, steadies you when the sidewalk tilts, and fuels the immune system that patrols for disease. Begin with plain, unsweetened Greek yogurt. Its unique blend of fast, whey, and slow casein proteins supplies a steady trickle of amino acids for hours, and its live cultures calm the gut so those amino acids actually get absorbed. 2 large spoonfuls mixed with berries deliver more usable protein than most seniors eat at breakfast all week. Crack in a couple of whole eggs. The yolk carries leucine, the amino acid that texts your muscle cells, start building now. It also brings B vitamins that convert breakfast into real energy. Follow with a scoop of small curd cottage cheese, an old-school favorite loaded with casein, ideal at night, because it feeds repair cycles while you sleep. Open a can of tuna. For lunch, with virtually zero carbohydrate, tuna supplies dense protein plus the omega-3 fats, proven to quiet the silent inflammation that blocks new muscle tissue. If fishy flavors discourage you, fold the tuna into Greek yogurt mayo, add mustard, and herbs, and spread on a slice of high-fiber rye. Sprinkle pumpkin seeds on top. Tiny though they are, they're one of nature's richest sources of magnesium. Critical for muscle contraction, nerve signaling, and sleep quality, yet deficient in roughly 70% of older diets. A mere handful meets half a day's requirement. Plant-based, eaters deserve equal firepower, and lentils deliver it. 1 cooked cup brings 18 grams of protein, more potassium than a banana, and iron that ferries oxygen to working muscles. Lentils stabilize blood sugar too, shielding afternoon energy. At dinner, slide a modest portion of skinless chicken breast onto the plate. 3 ounces supply 25 grams of high-quality protein with barely any inflammatory fat. Prefer plants? Tofu, pressed and sautéed until crisp, offers a complete amino acid profile plus isoflavones that blunt age-related hormone shifts. Swap standard side dishes for quinoa. Unlike wheat or rice, quinoa is a complete protein and carries iron, zinc, and fiber. Pair it with almonds. The crunch brings vitamin E and monounsaturated fats that soothe post-exercise soreness. Next comes salmon, the undisputed heavyweight of muscle preservation. Its combination of protein and long-chain omega-3s not only accelerates growth but makes every rep of resistance exercise more productive. Eat salmon twice a week, and laboratory markers of inflammation plummet. Edamame, those neon green soybeans, belong on snack duty. They're rich in arginine, an amino acid that widens blood vessels so oxygen races into tired muscles. Keep a frozen bag on hand. 3 minutes in boiling water and they're ready. Whey protein powder is the only borderline processed item that earns a place on this list because no food is absorbed faster. When shaken with water or unsweetened almond milk within 30 minutes of exercise, Whey spikes leucine high enough to shock even stubborn, aging muscles into repair mode. Spinach lands here not for its protein, but for its naturally high nitrates, which convert to nitric oxide and further improve blood flow. Blend a fistful into a fruit smoothie. You won't taste the greens, but your legs will feel the oxygen. Last of the 15 is bone broth, simmered long enough to dissolve collagen, glycine and proline, building blocks for the connective tissue that laces muscle to bone. A warm mug before dinner soothes joints, mends gut lining, and sets the table for everything that follows. Those 15 ingredients ignite recovery, but without creatine the spark can fizzle. Found in red meat and fish, yet manufactured less by aging livers, creatine saturates muscle cells with quick-release energy. Supplementing 3 to 5 grams daily lets you lift a slightly heavier grocery bag, rise from a chair a little faster, and push through a few extra repetitions with resistance bands. Tiny victories that compound into noticeable strength. Even brain scans show creatine improves memory in older adults, a rare example of one nutrient benefiting both muscle and mind. Armed with food and supplement, the next obstacle is timing. Research proves spreading protein across the day, roughly 25 grams every 4 hours, builds more lean tissue than cramming it into one giant steak at dinner. That means yogurt at 7 a.m., tuna or lentils by noon, almonds mid-afternoon, salmon at 6, and cottage cheese or a whey shake before bed. Each dose feeds the engine, keeps blood sugar stable, and spares the body from raiding its own muscle for fuel. Yet even perfect nutrition can be sabotaged by 3 common mistakes. The first is simply not eating enough protein. Because older, muscle becomes anabolic resistant. The Department of Agriculture's baseline of 0.8 grams per kilogram is laughably low. Aim instead for 1.2 to 1.5 grams per kilogram, about 90 to 110 grams for a 150-pound adult. The second trap is skipping resistance. Walking supports heart health, but muscles need progressive overload. Use resistance bands anchored to a doorknob, bodyweight squats to a chair or light dumbbells. Add 1 more repetition or a slightly stiffer band each week. That progression is the stimulus that tells food, turn into muscle. The third sabotage is chronic inflammation from sugary snacks, processed oils, and poor sleep. These ignite cytokines that blunt the body's ability to incorporate protein. Swap soda for water, fries for spinach salad, and aim for 7 hours of sleep in a dark room. Add salmon, olive oil, berries, and you've built an internal cooling system that lets nutrients do their job. Now, how does all this translate into everyday life? A 7-day cycle makes it tangible. Day 1, Greek yogurt parfait with blueberries and pumpkin seeds, spinach quinoa chicken salad, almonds and an apple, salmon with lentils, whey shake at bedtime. Day 2, spinach tomato omelette, tofu stir-fry with edamame and brown rice, cottage cheese with pineapple, baked turkey, sweet potato, broccoli, mug of bone broth. Day 3, protein smoothie, whey banana, almond butter, spinach, tuna avocado lettuce wraps, hard-boiled eggs, grilled flank steak, quinoa, roasted Brussels, sprouts, light stretching. Day 4, oatmeal stirred with protein powder and berries, chicken soup built on bone broth and lentils, Greek yogurt with walnuts, baked cod, mashed lentils, kale, 10-minute resistance band routine. Day 5, mushroom spinach feta scramble, edamame snack, salmon patties over mixed greens, turkey meatballs, roasted vegetables, creatine mixed in evening herbal tea. Day 6, cottage cheese bowl with flaxseed and peaches, quinoa black bean salad, almonds, grilled shrimp, spinach sauté, slow walk after dinner. Day 7, Greek yogurt and banana, grilled chicken breast, quinoa, broccoli, protein bar, low sugar, baked fish, sweet potato, spinach. Reflection and meal prep for the coming week. Cycle these meals, plug in preferred flavors, and your shopping list remains short, affordable, and heavy on whole foods. Consistency, not perfection, is the magic. Miss a meal? Resume at the next. Skip a walk? Band work tonight. Over time, the scale may not budge, but your jeans button easier, stairs feel shorter, and the mirror reveals firmer contours where softness used to sit. Most important, every choice whispers to your body, I'm not done yet. At any age, that message matters. 60, 70, 80, none is too late. Muscle listens if you feed it, challenge it, and fight the inflammation that tries to drown it. Share this knowledge. Strength is contagious. When one person grows sturdier, families, communities, and entire generations stand taller. So show the grandkids a lunge, trade recipes with a neighbor, and raise a mug of bone broth to the next chapter. A chapter written in confidence, carved in healthy muscle, and powered by 15 simple foods plus a scoop of creatine.